Welcome to another Meeples and Milkshakes Board Game Cafe unboxing video. I'm Jim, and we have, I think, 17 boxes today from a number of different sources. Lots of great stuff here today, so let's get right to it. Awesome. Okay, so this is 1830 Railways and Robber Barons. This is one of the original, I think, the second of the 18XX games that came out many years ago, and it's been reprinted. It's a revised edition by Lookout Games. This is a train game, and there's stock manipulation and track laying and all kinds of shenanigans in this game. It's a very, very complicated game, honestly. It says there it takes 3 to 6 hours. I would think on your first go it's probably closer to 6. It'll take a little while to learn too. Very, very cool game by Francis Tresham. He is famous in the 18XX world, being the person who started the whole thing many years ago. These games are amazing. They are definitely worth learning. There's a whole series of them. That's what they call them 18XX, because it'll be like 18 something, like 1856, 1889, 1860, 1862. There's games for lots of these numbers, and they're all train games, and they're all kind of derivatives of each other. So once you've learned one, you've learned well over half or 3/4 of all of them, and there's just different things going on in all of them, and this one is a great one. So we're excited. I think this is probably the first 18XX game that we've had here. We might have had 1862, but I don't think so. So I think this is our first 18XX game. I'm really excited about it, and I hope you are too. Come check it out, meeples.ca, and here in store. Now, this game is a special order for a local person. He's very excited about this. It has a lot of awesome miniatures because it is a CMON game, and that stands for Cool Minis or Not. This is a Zombicide game based on Night of the Living Dead, and apparently getting excellent reviews. It's brand new and I have not played it, so I can't really tell you too much about it, except that Zombicide games are typically cooperative games. I'm assuming this one is too. Yeah, it says cooperative for 1 to 6 players. So there you go. I'll be excited to see that in here. If you want a copy, you can just let us know. I think we can get you one too. Now we have a whole bunch of copies of Oh My Goods, which is a game that I still have not played. It's a card game by Alexander Pfister, who's known for making a lot of amazing games. This one is very well regarded also by Lookout Games. We're going to have one in the library, absolutely, and the rest of them, and there are a lot, will be available for sale. We have waited literally since before we opened to get this, and finally, after waiting most of a year, we have it. So we stocked up because it's an amazing game, and come check it out. It'll be in our library. Then we have an expansion called Tammy Unbound for Rising Sun, which is a really good, what would be the way to call Rising Sun? I guess area control game and a bunch of other things. So this expansion has 7 highly detailed miniatures and other components for the game. Very neat. We also still, I believe, have a copy of Rising Sun in stock. Yes, we do. So come on down and maybe pick up both. All right, so now we have some expansions for Agricola. This is the new D deck, Dulcinaria deck. This is number of 120 new cards for Agricola. It does require the base game, of course. And do we even have that right now? I think we might be sold out of Agricola. Oh, no, there it is, very top left of our shelves. So here's the D deck. One of these is spoken for, the other one is available. And then we also have the A deck, the Artifacts deck, available. I don't think either of these are spoken for, but if you want to get the first of these series, here it is. So that's finally available as well. Next up, we have an expansion for Res Arcana. There is Res Arcana in this shipment somewhere. It's in a different box. We've been waiting for Res Arcana since like July or August or something. This is an awesome game by Martin Wallace. This is an expansion that has some additional cards. It is a, well, it's a card game, but deck, it's not really deck building, is it? It's been a while since I played this, but honestly, I love this game. my brain is kind of melted at this point of the day. It's very late. So do check this out, please, on Board Game Geek. The art, I've said this before, but the art style for Res Arcana and the expansion are very like dark fantasy tropey. And I suppose the theme is, but in terms of mechanics and everything, it's just a really fun card game, and you can ignore the theme if that's not your thing. And it's just a really fun, clever card game, and definitely worth checking out. And this expansion definitely does improve the game. Not that it was broken or anything, but it's a really welcome addition to the game. Now, I believe this is already spoken for. This is the 5 to 6 player extension for Starfarers. This is the biggest box I've seen for a 5 to 6 player extension for Catan variant, but of course Catan Starfarers is also the biggest variant of Catan, so that maybe isn't that big of a surprise. Starfarers is the space, I guess, edition of Catan, which is very cool. I believe we do have a copy of that on the way, maybe in a week or so, so look forward to seeing that, maybe even in less than a week. But yeah, so here it is. I think this one's spoken for, and I think we have one more coming in our next shipment. So that is Catan Starfarers 5 to 6 player extension. Next up, we have a expansion called Rivers and Roads for Era. This is a very neat game. You can see it's very tactile. It has these 3-dimensional pieces that you snap on the board. We got to play this at Shucks. We have it in the library, I believe. And I believe we also have it on the shelf. Yeah, it's right there for sale. And now we have this expansion. Very excited to see this expansion, Rivers and Roads. Now here's a new game that I know nothing about, except that it came highly recommended, called Polynesia. So unfortunately I can't really tell you much about it other than it's a 2 to 4 player game that plays in 75 minutes by Ludonova, designed by Pierre Sylvester, very good designer, and beautiful art for sure. So I'll show you the back of the box as well. We do have a lot of boxes to get through, so I'm just going to keep going. Unfortunately, not giving this game the time it deserves, but it looks really cool, and yeah, definitely want to check this out too. And last up in this box, we have Power Pack number 2 for Small World. This was special ordered in. I'm not sure. I think there's still copies left if you also wanted one, but yeah, very neat. The person who's getting this waited for this for a long time, so excited to see it come in. All right, so here we have some games from Everest. They provide us with all the Hasbro and other classic games, and unfortunately this box has a hole in it, so all these packing peanuts get in there. Here's the Game of Life. I'm sure you're familiar with this classic game. Let's keep going. Risk, we were sold out of Risk. I'm sure you're also familiar with Risk. Very great dudes on a map, area control war game. And we have another copy of Telestrations After Dark, which we were sold out of. Oh, there we go. That was upside down. It was Telestrations After Dark. There is another game called Upside Drawn, but that's not what this was. So there we go. Classic party game. And then we have in here a Harry Potter puzzle, 550 pieces. We've had people requesting puzzles that are around 500 pieces, and so we've been scouring and finding what we can, and so here's one. And then we have another copy of Guess Who, which is a great little kids game, memory game. And then we were sold out of this expansion for Terraforming Mars. This is Venus Next. Lets you terraform Venus and place new cities in the inner solar system. I have not played the Venus Next expansion yet, sadly, even though I love Terraforming Mars, so I'm looking forward to getting a chance to try this myself. And then we have a restock of Onitama, which is a great 2-player abstract game, kind of chess-like. So there's Onitama, comes in this cool box. And we have, I'm just digging around here in all these packing peanuts trying to find things. We got Uno and Monopoly Deal, another Monopoly Deal. Oh, there we go. We got a whole bunch of Uno in here. I think I got everything, all the little stuff anyway. All right, so we got a whole bunch of copies of Uno and Monopoly Deal. That looks like the right number from what I recall ordering. And then we have Santorini, there must be another box because we ordered 4 copies of Santorini. We've probably waited 6 months for this one. This is an amazing 2 or 3 player game. It technically plays 4, but even in the rule books they say it's not great at 4 players, so go figure why they even included it. But it's an awesome 2-player game and a great 3-player game. This is an abstract strategy game, and it actually looks like it shows on the back of the box, or the front of the box for that matter. It's super fun. It teaches in about a minute. It's very, very easy to learn, but very challenging to become expert at it. Very, very fun when people are sort of evenly matched. You're basically just moving your little workers around on the board and trying to get one on top of a 3rd level tower. And if your opponent is about to accomplish that, you want to cap the 3rd level tower with one of those blue domes to prevent them from doing that on their next turn. And if you can't, they're going to win. Very, very simple game, and then it's very expandable and replayable because it comes with a whole bunch of these god cards that each have a different unique bonus power on them. It is incredibly fun, and we have this in our library as well. Highly recommend you get it if you have never played it. Santorini is awesome. Here we have Boba Fett, Operative expansion, Director Orson Krennic, Commander expansion, Jyn Erso Commander expansion, and Iden Versio and ID10 Commander expansion. So these are expansions for Star Wars Legion. They're all special ordered. Unfortunately, we don't regularly stock them, but we do regularly special order them because there's a lot of players in Penticton and the surrounding area that play Legion. It's a great, great game. Definitely recommend you check it out if you like miniature tactical combat games. It's very, very cool. Next up, we have a bunch of copies. Oh, I like this. Quicksilver, the latest Marvel Champions, the card game, living card game hero pack. Most of these are already spoken for, but we do have a few left. So if you're interested in the latest Marvel Champions pack, come on down or get on our website quickly because these do go quickly. Marvel Champions is our most popular living card game right now, and for good reason. It's an amazing reformulation of the cooperative style that was started with Lord of the Rings and then later redeveloped by the Arkham Horror card games. This is like the 3rd iteration of that, and it is streamlined and it's fantastic. Just love it. So there we go. Quicksilver, now available. All right. So here are the remaining 12 copies of Blackout Hong Kong that we had on the website for just $28.95. I think we have like 3 or 4 left, and all the rest of them are already spoken for, including the 6 we had before. So we sold a boatload of these, of course, because they were only $28.95. They're normally like 75 bucks or something. Amazing game by Alexander Pfister. No idea why it was solicited to us for so cheap from the distributor. It's an amazing game, nothing wrong with it. This is also the 2nd printing, which has the better graphics than the 1st printing, which I have, unfortunately, but maybe I'll have to replace it with this one because it's so nice. Anyway, come on down and get it if you haven't already got your copy. Oh, finally. All right, Under Falling Skies, we just sold out of this. This is an award-winning solitaire game. I mean, technically you can play with more than one person, but you're all playing together as a single group. Very neat space and war-oriented solitaire game. Haven't had a chance to play yet myself, but I've lent our demo copy out to a friend who played it and really enjoyed it. We've sold a ton of this in the last 6 weeks or so, and for good reason, and it's won awards for good reason. It's a great game, and if you're looking for something you can play by yourself right now, which a lot of people are, this is, I'd say, the game for you. Under Falling Skies. So one of these should say demo on it, and if not, maybe it was that first one that we looked at. But one of these is a demo, so we have more copies of 1830, excitingly. So there we go. There they are, Res Arcana. Now, do I remember from the back of the box any more about this game? Not really. I think it's a race to a certain number of points. It is awful. This is the problem with this darn pandemic. I used to play this game regularly. It's a Tom Lehman game. I think I may have said Martin Wallace. That's an error. It's a Tom Lehman game. Just awesome. So glad that it's finally back in. So that's Res Arcana. And then, also very excitingly, from Themeborn, first time we finally get Escape the Dark Castle. This copy is spoken for, and actually I think they might both be spoken for now that I think of it. I think somebody recently asked for it. So it's a simple fantasy adventure game with a focus on atmosphere, storytelling, and player cooperation, perfect for newcomers to tabletop gaming. Looks very neat. I like the art style, and I like games that are invite new players into the hobby. So there we go. Escape the Dark Castle. There will be more coming, not anytime necessarily soon, but we do have more on order, and we're told there will be more coming, so hopefully it won't take too long. So this next game, Zombie Kidz Evolution, the last time we brought it in, we brought one case like this of 6 copies. And we thought, oh boy, hopefully we didn't order too much of this, and then they were all gone in a couple of days, and I felt silly. People were asking for it over the holidays, and we didn't have any. Now we have some. I don't know how often this is printed. I got a little worried that it might be a while, so I bought a whole bunch. I'm not going to show you all of them in the video because they're all exactly the same. But this is a game aimed at kids, ages 7 and up, for 2 to 4 players, called Zombie Kidz Evolution. It's actually a legacy, or is it legacy or campaign? I don't know. Can't remember. It was a recommended for the 2020 Kinderspiel des Jahres, and it's also a People's Choice Awards winner in 2019. There's a video where you can learn this game in 2 minutes, which is great for kids who don't necessarily have the best attention span, kind of like me, honestly. But there you go. That's Zombie Kidz Evolution. We have a whole bunch, and that's very exciting. One of these copies is a spoken for, but since we have so many, not a big worry. If you want this game, come on down. We have lots. Okay, so here we have the limited edition again. So we order the standard edition and they send us the limited edition. This makes me very excited. This is Oceans. Wow, I do love the box. Oceans limited edition. This is by the makers of Evolution, North Star Game Studio. It's a standalone board game in the highly acclaimed Evolution series. Everything you need comes in this box. You don't need prior experience with the series. Oceans depicts the interconnected ecosystem of marine life and combines it with the powerful mysteries of the unknown. It features an introductory game for those wishing to dip their toes into the water before diving into deeper strategies. I love that. Well written, thank you. And this is a game for 2 to 4 players, ages 12 and up. It takes 60 to 90 minutes. This is an award-winning game. It's also being hailed by many online board game reviewers as some of their favorite games of 2020. We're really excited that we were able to get some more in. So there we go. The limited edition, not the standard edition that we were expecting. So that's the second time this has happened, which is a good thing. Tells me it wasn't a mistake last time, or there was a mistake twice in a row, which seems highly unlikely. Anyway, there we go. Lots of Oceans. Exciting. This is exciting. Bunch of miniatures here that were special ordered for someone in town. We have goblins, and what is this? An elf paladin, that's really cool. This one's pre-painted. And a human ranger that's pre-painted. These premium ones are only a few dollars more than the unpainted ones. An elf cleric, more goblins and more goblins. Can never have enough goblins. A troll, that's pretty cool, Wordling's troll. And more goblins. A beholder, isn't that nice? We have a human wizards, more goblins, and another human wizard, and a human female rogue. So there we go. And then this game we've been waiting ages for. This is Tokyo Metro, from the same people that made that Tokyo Tsuzikiji. Am I saying that right? Tsuzikiri? I don't know. I should know how to say that game. We have it, but anyway. Tokyo Metro, very cool subway game. It's a heavier game in a little box. It takes about 90 minutes, and we're gonna have one of these in the library, and the other two are gonna be for sale. Been waiting for this forever, so very, very happy to finally get that in. They actually made a mistake and lost our first order of it, so we had to wait for a second shipment, so we were kind of bummed about that. Nice. Okay, so one or two, I can't remember, of these copies of Brass Birmingham are already spoken for. And honestly, this is a game that maybe we should be putting in our library. It's an awesome game. It's in the top, top 3 on Board Game Geek right now. Brass Birmingham, awesome game, and very excited to finally have it in. So there we are, a few of those. And then we have a couple more copies of Unmatched Little Red Riding Hood and Beowulf, because we can't have enough Unmatched. It's just that popular right now, and it's also awesome. So there you go. You can see the awesome sculpts for Little Red and Beowulf. I've been reading people saying they're really enjoying playing this new set, and yeah, I can't wait to get my chance to play it too. I haven't played it yet. Ah, why would they pack it like that? Hold on a minute. Not thrilled with the packing. Okay, well, as a former comic book nerd, I am not happy about that, but this is not a comic book shop, but we do have the first issue of the Gloomhaven Fallen Lion comic book. Let's take a look inside. Childress, Sowles, McIntyre, and Nasser are credited here. Art by Tyler Sowles. Looks pretty cool. So if you want the first, ooh, I like that. Really great art here. Yeah, so if you're a Gloomhaven fan, we do have 5 copies of this. I doubt we're getting more, to be perfectly honest. So, new thing for us. We normally wouldn't buy comic books, but since this is a comic book about a board game that we love, we decided to bring it in, just a few. So there we go, Fallen Lion. And then in the rest of this box, we have some other things. We have Super Skill Pinball 4K. At least one of these copies is already spoken for, if not 2, I don't quite remember. This is a roll and write game focused on pinball, and there's 4 different tables. We are going to have one of these copies in our cafe, absolutely for sure. Looks like the perfect kind of game for us. We totally missed out. Last time we'd only brought enough in for the people who special ordered last time, because we hadn't really heard of this, didn't realize how awesome it was. We would have brought a ton in if we had known. Now we have just 4 right now, but we have 4 more coming in our next shipment. So hopefully that'll do us for a little bit, but I don't know. It's so popular they could all be gone right away. Very, very neat pinball based roll and write game, and I can't wait to crack this open and give it a try. Last up, we have some plastic miniatures for Last Aurora, which is a game that we brought in a little while ago. It's still here. So now we have a complete set. I'm probably going to put these up as a bundle. There's a game and an expansion, and now these additional miniatures. It contains 81 plastic colored tokens to enhance your game experience with Last Aurora. So it's basically like a deluxe component pack, which is neat. We have a couple of those. And there's the other case of Blackout Hong Kong. Like I said, 12 copies coming in this shipment. Most of them already spoken for. Very cool. All right, so we have one more copy of SOS Dino, which is an amazing kids game by Loki, and we have this in the library, and everybody who's playing it is loving it. So we're going to keep bringing it in when we can. SOS Dino. And then for some weird reason, 1 copy of King's Dilemma was available at our distributor. Somebody must have canceled an order, so we brought this in. I do believe we had somebody waiting for a copy, so I'm going to double check that, but if not, it'll be available for sale. King's Dilemma is one of the best new games of 2020. Actually, maybe it came out late 2019, but I think it's a 2020 game. It is a legacy game and very, very neat. So definitely check out the review from Shut Up and Sit Down for this one. They absolutely love it. And yeah, really cool game. And then finally, last thing for this video, covered in little dust from all the cardboard, we have Codex Naturalis, which looks like a beautiful little game. I read about this when I first ordered it, but I have forgotten most of the details, unfortunately. But look at this awesome tin it comes in. Looks like it has a promo card in there. Absolutely gorgeous. The whole box is shiny. All this nice art on here. It says here, assemble the pages of the Codex Naturalis, the secret manuscript which lists the species of the 4 kingdoms that live in the primary forest. Play and place your cards to use resources. Fulfill the objectives to create the most elaborate manuscript. When a player reaches 20 points or more, the end of the game is triggered. Looks very nice. Easy to transport little box. Maybe we'll put one of these in the library. I don't know. I'm going to take another look at this before I decide. But absolutely gorgeous production. I love it. So there we go. And here's the rest of the copies of Santorini. We have 6 in total, which is great because this is, like I said, a game we've been waiting a long time to get. Awesome 2 and 3 player game. Not recommended at 4, but awesome at 2 and 3. That's Santorini. Thanks very much for watching. In case you didn't see our post on Facebook, we just decided to, starting on this Sunday, it's currently Tuesday night, starting on Sunday, we're going to be closing at 6 o'clock on Sundays instead of 8 o'clock. And then on Wednesdays, starting next week, not this week, but next week, we're going to close at 6 o'clock on Wednesdays. Normally that would be 9 o'clock. All the other days and times are normal, but we found that those are our quietest times, and we just have to be real careful with not wasting our resources while things are slow due to the COVID-19 restrictions that are in place in BC. Don't worry, that's we're not about to go out of business or anything. I've had people ask if we're shutting down. We're not shutting down. Now, of course, if everybody stopped coming because they thought we were closing, then maybe we'd have to close. But right now, we want you guys to come in safely, of course, following all the rules that are in place. Please do. We're making new types of things on the menu, and we're continuing to do everything we can to get through this. And one of those things is just not bothering to be open on the days when we've noticed, evenings when people aren't here. And if nobody's here, we're really not, it's really not a problem. If we were closing down on days when people wanted to come, that'd be a different story. There's still 4 evenings a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, when we're open late. And every day we normally are open, we're still open at 11:30. So that hasn't changed either. So we hope you can make it in, try our delicious food and drinks, come and play some games with your family, and hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please give it the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell to get notifications, share this channel with your friend in this video. It would be awesome if you could share this, if you saw this on a Facebook post or a tweet, please retweet it or share it to your friends. It really helps. We really do need all the word of mouth we can get. If you've come in and you've enjoyed yourself here, please do tell your friends that we're here. We do need help, not gonna lie. We've been clear about that. We do need help. It's been tough with the restrictions, and hopefully things are getting better soon. The case counts are coming down in BC, which is very promising and leaving us optimistic and hopeful. But in the meantime, we still need your support. As much as you can is appreciated, and we certainly understand it's a trying time for everyone. So again, thanks for watching. We're going to get all this stuff sorted out. Lots of special orders to process now, which we're happy to be able to help so many people get the things that they're looking for. And come and check out meeples.ca to see all the great stuff we have here. We have lots and lots of great games available at the best prices in British Columbia. Thanks. Bye.